Hello, Aries. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Aries is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It's totally free, doesn't cost you anything. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Aries, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Seven of Swords. Now, I wonder if there's a decision that you recently made that you're kind of wondering, did I do the right thing? Did I make the right decision? Okay, because I feel like your mind is kind of, and we're going to put it into some context, I feel like your mind is kind of trying to play these little tricks on you and say, oh gosh, maybe you should have went the other way. Maybe you should have said no. Maybe you should have said yes. Maybe maybe, right? But now we got a Three of Pentacles, and we've got that Devil card. We've got the Moon card. That makes perfect sense here because we don't really know, right? When you made the decision, you didn't know how it was going to turn out. And that's the point of the Moon card, that every decision we make has kind of an unknown outcome, right? And there's really no way that we can be 100% certain, although we can get pretty close. Here's that Star card. Good major arcana. Are we going to get a fourth one? Let's see. Whoops. I took two out. Yes, we did get a fourth one, and the other card that was on its way out is the Six of Cups. They wanted to come out together, right? They wanted to come out together. Maybe we'll leave them together, right? Maybe we should do that since they came out together. We got another six anyway, so we're good. We're good. Nine of Wands, the Lust or Strength card. What's going to be the last card? Four of Wands. Very good. So there is something that you are, look at all this major arcana. Gosh, you're surrounded by spiritual energy. You are really under the shadow of the wings of spirit right now. You are surrounded by this divine force field. And I think the idea here is do not go back on your decision. Do not question what you have, the choice that you had made. Okay? We see that it was an uncertain choice. We see it as leading to a lot of changes, a lot of improvement in your life, right? Without this card, we say a lot of changes coming in your life through this decision. A lot of things are going to transform and evolve. Things are changing. You might have to let go of some things. New adventures are on their way. You're at the cutting edge of your own life, right? You're forging your own way forward. But since we got that Six of Cups too, it's saying, yeah, you're doing all those things. You're forging your own way through the jungle here. And it's going to be fantastic, right? The Six of Cups, it's all beauty and pleasure and love and connection, right? So I think everything is really falling into place for you right now. Just hold fast. Don't go back on your decision. Deal with these doubts and these other thoughts and stuff, but don't change your mind. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. I like to put Pamela's name first. And we're just going to set it down over here. We're going to put Alien Simon Mork Ripley right there on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, but, it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. At the end of the reading, you'll have to forgive me. I keep seeing my face in the monitor, and I'm like, whoa, who's that in there? If you have a prediction on that card, the mystery card, put it down in the comments. Let's make it a group exercise in intuition, okay? I think it'll be good for us. Let's take another look around the room here. We've got so much major arcana. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a fifth one over here. And I wonder why the Lust or Strength card is in the position of what we don't want. Maybe that's kind of our fear, worry, our concern, right? That we might be, maybe this is kind of like an impulsivity, that we worry that we have just kind of gotten carried away or like overly enthusiastic or like overzealous with something, and then we made kind of a rash decision. But all this spiritual energy around you right here saying, no, you've made the right decision. Aries, this is beautiful. I'm going to say it tentatively. This is the best reading that we've ever had, especially for Aries. This really is it. I don't know where to begin even. We've got a little bit of fire. We've got some really good water here. We've got the air, and the air is really, that's what we got to deal with. This is the kind of, this is the problem right now. This is the real challenge, I think, is to just not get carried away by some of these doubts and these different thoughts and ideas that maybe, maybe the grass is greener on the other side. Maybe I should have made a different decision, etc., etc. And then, of course, it's quite interesting to me now looking at this. We have 2 earth, 2 fire. Fire to earth. And I was just thinking, it feels like every day that I talk about this, that divine act of creation, from fire to earth, from heaven to earth, from will to action, from impulse to behavior, right? From above to below, from inner to outer, from inspiration to implementation, however you want to phrase it. It's that connection, fire to earth, instantaneous manifestation of your will, of your impulse, your idea, your whatever it is, right? Your creativity. Now, in that process of creation from fire to earth, what acts as the conductor of that electricity? Well, it's the water and the air, right? It's the thinking and the feeling, the heart and the mind. But the heart and the mind can also be a resistor. It can also impede the flow of that spiritual kind of circuit, right? I'm still waiting for an electrician to come and teach me a little bit more about electricity and how all of that works. I think my metaphor is pretty right on, but I don't know. In your case, I think the water energy is coming as a confirmation to help harmonize the mind, because I feel like the mind is in a little bit of doubt right now. In your process of fire to earth, in your process of creation of your own life, right? I think the mind is being a little bit of a resistor, and it's sort of impeding the flow a little bit. But as we move into the future, I think the next few days, you're going to get something that is going to really confirm in your heart. It's really going to let this water energy be the perfect conductor, and the mind is going to have a lot of reassurance, if that makes sense. So it could be coming from outside. It could be coming from another person, or the connections that you're going to be making. And I think the good news that you're going to be getting is really going to put your heart at ease, and that in turn is going to help put your mind at ease, so that your heart and your mind can be that perfect conductor of this spiritual creation, right? To complete the circuit. And to me, that's the best news ever. That's the best, makes me happy as a reader to see this energy for you, right? And we've got all this major arcana energy that's trying to say, look, this is something that is divinely ordained. You're doing something here with this star energy up top. You're doing something that really has a sense of destiny to it. You feel like this is your fate. And I feel like there is this, I feel like there's a hopefulness here. I feel like we're looking up and we're just kind of praying to whatever we pray to, God, goddess, deity, guardian angels, spirit guides, ancestors, whatever it is. Please let this have been the right choice, right? I think you feel it kind of in your bones that it's the right choice. Speaking of bones, I feel like there's been some back or spinal problems with you lately. I don't know if you have a herniated disc or some kind of sciatic pain. I'm getting like lower back that shoots down into the leg, right? Something like that going on with you. Anyway, you've got this certainty, I think, deep within you. Doesn't stop the mind from saying, oh gosh, what if I'm wrong? I feel like you're kind of biting your nails, right? We want to believe, we want to trust in spirit. And spirit is here in all these cards saying, yes, trust in spirit. Trust that you made the right decision. You have to deal with your own mind. No one can do that for you. But it is through these future experiences, the next few days, that you're going to get that kind of confirmation in your heart, and it's going to allow for a lot of tranquility and peace of mind. Yeah. The Three of Pentacles, this is what you are working on. This is the work itself. You understand the process of creation, the process of change on the physical plane. And I like the cards on either side. This is you going into a certain big change in your life, a big transition. Maybe it's something career, family, spirituality, something with your friends, something with traveling, all sorts of different things, right? Could be your own business, your own creative works, whatever we're talking about here specifically. You made a really big leap into this because it was an unknown future. And that took a lot of heart. That took a lot of bravery, a lot of strength, resolve, courage, right? 9 of Wands over here. But it wasn't a foolish decision because you understand the process of change. You understand that in order for things to improve, in order for you to fulfill your purpose, you have to harmonize yourself with change. You have to embrace the process of change. And that's really what the sixes are. The 6 cards are all about embracing the process of change. The 4s are sometimes us resisting the process of change. Yeah, all these cards, I'll tell you, they're all about change. Yeah, nothing is staying put. Sometimes it feels like it is, and we want to keep it that way, but it's not. Other times, it feels like it's not, and we really wish that it would, right? I think in this case, you made a big change in your life. You took a really big step. And it was an informed decision. It wasn't just some random guess. It was an educated move on your part, okay? An educated decision, yeah. It doesn't take away the fear and uncertainty that we get with the Moon card. And this is what's behind you. This was that really dark doorway that you stepped through because you trusted Spirit, because you know that this is going to lead to your best life, that this is really going to be a way for you to improve your situation, to enhance your life, to find more value and depth and meaning in your life, to fulfill your destiny and purpose, right? In other words. So you took this big step. Now, Spirit's telling me something about you do like sacred dance or like movement rituals or something. I feel like you're a mover. Yeah, I don't know if it's just some sort of, if you do dance or if it's meant to be a spiritual practice. Yeah, something like that. The Moon card reminds us that we can never know anything about the future. My cat's here to maybe disagree with me. We never know what's beyond this dark doorway. Every moment, right? The here and now is all we really know. We don't know what's coming in a millisecond from now. I don't know if she's going to bite my ankle or scratch my leg or jump on the table. I don't know. I can there's a probability, but she'll probably just meow and wait for me to pick her up. But there's a chance that she could, knock all of my candles over or scratch me something terrible. And I know these may sound like silly. Here it is. Here's our channel. She's our patron kitty cat here. This is TT. She's a Sphinx cat. The Moon card. We never know what's just beyond this moment, right? And we can never know. All we are aware of is, and really it's not even the present. It's kind of like a moment in the past. Really is what we're aware of, because we're just impressions coming in from the external world. And we don't know what the next packet of data is that's coming our way. We can probably predict it. Statistically, we can predict it. But we don't know for sure. And I think this takes a lot of guts for you, especially to make something that feels like a very big decision, right? I mean, we got that death card there for a reason. We'll talk about that. Not knowing exactly how it's going to turn out, not knowing exactly what you're stepping into. Maybe you're 99% sure, but that 1% is intense, right? That's what I'm feeling here. And in the future position, of course, we've got that Death card. The Death card is probably the most powerful card in the tarot pack. It represents change itself, right? All these other cards talk about different aspects of change, or how we might be approaching change, how we might be dealing with change, how we might be thinking or feeling about change, whether we want it, whether we don't want it, and how we're dealing with it, or how we're trying to influence it, etc. This is the card about change itself. Just like you could philosophize and say that all of life is merely the preparation for death. I don't know who said that. Maybe someone can remind me. It's a shame that this card is called Death, because it kind of gives people, there's a certain stigma with this card, right? They should have named it Change. They should have named it the Rebirth card or the Resurrection card. That every moment really is us surviving that moon energy, surviving that dark night, surviving until the sun rises in the morning, right? Every moment that we're here is a confirmation that I went through that dark doorway of perception and I made it, right? Every moment is a triumph, really. But it's called the Death card to get your attention. Spirit wants you to pay attention. Yeah, you're doing something life-changing, and it is going to involve a lot of difficult things. You're going to have to let things go, right? Maybe certain relationships are no longer feasible for you. Certain lifestyle changes maybe need to take place. I feel like this is the card that reminds us that, yeah, we're progressing forward. And as we move forward, yeah, we're going to get older. Some of our relationships are going to fade away. Some of our friends and family members are going to transcend the earthly mortal frame, you know. And so there is a lot, it's kind of a bittersweet card, yeah. But I really feel as if you are at the forefront of something. You're at the cutting edge of something. It looks like in this card that you're finding your way, cutting your way through the jungle, finding your own path, yeah. And so there's this mental aspect of it, which is exacerbated by the fact that we don't have anybody to ask, you know, except for spirit, except for tarot readings. And probably you do some of your own tarot readings, or I feel like maybe you do runes, or you do pendulum stuff, right? Maybe not so much geomancy, though I think you have an interest in geomancy. Maybe we'll do a video with geomancy one of these days. I really love geomancy. But see, the problem is that you are the one that's innovating this. You're the one setting the precedent. There's no one for you to ask. There's nothing for you to really verify with, right? And that causes a lot of worry. You don't know if you're doing the right thing. You just have to wait and every moment say, well, I made it through the last dark doorway of perception. I'm still here, so that's a triumph, you know? Every moment is a big win in this case. And I feel like that's kind of how we are progressing. It's moment to moment, I'm still here. All right, let's keep going. You know, let's keep forging our way through this jungle. Now, the Six of Cups is a lot of pleasure. It's a lot of connection. I think that you're going to be getting the confirmation from the world around you in the form of connections with other people in your life, with things that just seem to harmonize. I don't know if there are a lot of other people involved in this. I don't see any court cards. I don't know if there's a lot of people in your family or in your company or in your circle of friends. Where are you going, TT? I need those cards right there, honey. She wants to explore a little bit, and that's okay. The confirmation that you are getting, though, is going to really make your heart feel happy, right? This is the card of pleasure. This is the card of embracing the process of change. Let me get her off the table. Embracing the process of change and feeling really good about it. This isn't change that is coming in a startling way. This isn't anything harsh, right? This is like, when I say embrace the process of change, sometimes bad stuff happens and we've just got to try to survive, right? This isn't that. This is embracing the process of change, and there's a celebration. There's a banquet. There's a feast. There's a party. There is a community of souls, a community of hearts, really, that appear to support you, right? And I don't mean that they're pretending. I mean that they just kind of out of nowhere, there they are, right? So I think there are a lot of I don't know if they're spirit guides, if they're ancestors or something, but there's a lot of spiritual energy around you, which we see just with the major arcana, right? But I feel like you're getting these confirmations in the physical plane by people coming together in some way. Again, I don't know if this is like a creative collaboration or if it's a business deal or something, or if it's just like a family thing. If it's a family thing, this makes a lot of sense, because this is really, this is the picture of a happy family, right? The Six of Cups. And, okay, you're scratching my sweater all up, honey. I forgot what I was going to say now. Anyway, this is really, I feel a lot more subtle energy, though. Like I said, it's in the physical environment, too, but there's also a lot of subtle spiritual confirmations coming in. And it could be just like a sudden feeling of warmth and love, right? And that kind of comes on quickly, and it's just, it's like Spirit's giving you a big, warm hug, you know? And I like that. Got to hurry this up a little bit, man. We got a lot of cards. The devil energy at the bottom here, that is your ambition ready to go. That's your creativity. That, I think, is all part of your plan that you are now preparing to, well, you have executed, but you're preparing to kind of keep the climb going, right? You're keeping this energy very active. Yeah, this is the card of endurance. This is also the card of, and especially in contrast with the death card. You got two of the, what some would call the worst cards. I say these are two of the best cards, right? You've got change, and you've got the devil energy, which is the ambition, the momentum to break the chains that are holding you back, and everything that you have to let go of, you're able to let go of it. That you're able to really keep the movement going, right? Because the devil card sometimes represents those things in our lives that we are chained to. Those things that are holding us back. Sometimes we're not strong enough at the moment. We're not ready to break those chains and move on, right? So I wonder if there is something, perhaps, something that's holding you back. You may be getting a queasy feeling in your stomach right now. The Spirit's telling me about the stomach thing. Maybe there is one thing that when you think about it, you kind of start getting a little nauseous or a little bit of, the acid reflux or something. So there might be one thing still that does need to be kind of let go of or finished or kind of said goodbye to, right? Something that's still holding you back a little bit. It didn't hold you back from going through this doorway, though, right? You did that big step, but perhaps what is preventing your mind from really becoming the steady and easy that we want is something that is still something that you're still attached to. Yeah. Something that you're still attached to. And maybe it's just something quite general, like it's attachment to your old life, right? Because I do feel like you've chosen a different path in life, right, than like friends and family. I think what you're doing, again, you're at the cutting edge. What you're doing, I don't think anybody else in your life really is doing. You know, you didn't go into the same business or the same school or the same career or anything like that than your friends, your family. If there's a tradition of kind of work and career and skill and craft in your family, I think you kind of went and did something different than everybody, right? Let's go to the path of the serpent. As we do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And it helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate that. Let's push to 200K. We're at 180 now. Let's push through and see if we can get to 200. Yeah, I never thought this channel would grow as it has. And it's because of all of you, and that's why I say that you all are the most important part of this channel. I mean that. All right. Okay, going over here, we got the Six of Pentacles. This really is this is the physical success. This is, I think, if this is the round table that everybody is sitting at, this is the joy that everybody is feeling sitting around that table and eating together at this feast, right? It could be that there is a big celebration or a big dinner party or something kind of coming. Maybe it's in your honor. Maybe it's to kind of, maybe it's a bon voyage. Maybe it is just a celebration of your achievement, maybe of a graduation or something like that for you. It could be a kind of an occasion for recognition for you, okay? But more than that, I think the Six of Pentacles is talking about your reassurance, right? We've got the Three of Pentacles, we got the Six of Cups, now we got a Six of Pentacles. So I think that you're being reassured that everything is going to be okay. You're getting that big warm hug from the universe. And then you're seeing the physical harmony. You know, if you were suspended in waiting, we're biting our nails, and then a couple of days later, you get the check in the mail. And then it's like now you have something to kind of hold on to that says, yes, this is real now. You know what I mean? You get the warm hug, the reassurance, everybody rallies around you. Spirit rallies around you. But then, of course, you're still waiting for that physical, tangible thing, the check that you can hold in your hand, right? So whatever that is, maybe it's a check, but whatever that is, it's on its way. And once you have that in your hand, then there is no doubt about what you're doing. I don't think there really is. Seven of Swords, but I think you know what you're doing, and it's going to be nice to really get all this confirmation to take away every last shred of doubt, Nine of Wands in the environment. I feel like you've recently made a really big change to your diet. Spirit is telling me, ask about the diet, the food, the nutrition. Did you recently make a big switch? Like you went plant-based, or you went just kind of fish only or something? I feel like there's a big switch there. Either maybe you got off sugar, maybe you really got off salt or something like that, right? Big change in your diet recently. And I feel like it's really helping now. I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a nutritionist. This isn't a diagnosis, or this isn't an endorsement of any kind of lifestyle or, fitness or health things in any way. But I feel like it's helping you. I feel like it's giving you a more, I feel like a clean energy with you, Maybe you are cutting out sugar, or maybe you're cutting out caffeine or something. God forbid. That's my next thing, I think, is caffeine. But I feel like there is a robustness in you. Yeah. And I think part of this also is from getting this kind of tangible confirmation that you're harmonizing with the process is paying off, right? That now the process is kind of harmonizing with you, and everybody is feeling good. It's a win-win situation. I think that really strengthens your resolve. I think that you have a lot of power to you, a lot of creativity, and you have a strong connection with what is that lunar energy at the bottom of this card. It's the connection between sun and moon. Our conscious mind, when there is a direct connection with the unconscious, that's real power, right? That's kind of this integration of ourselves, and we become the kind of the full activated solar kind of energy, right? I wonder if the mystery card is going to be the sun card. When this connection is not made, or it's severed, we're really only half of ourselves, So you have this connection with spirit. You have this connection with your unconscious, with your internal life. I think you have a very rich internal environment. I'm seeing a doorway in your life. Why is Spirit showing me a door? It seems red and white. I don't know if it is red and white, but there's something about a door for you. I don't know if it's a special door, if it's a unique door, or if the door for you is the kind of the way that you might symbolize or represent to yourself the flow between sun and moon, right? Between conscious and unconscious. Maybe it's a dream doorway. Maybe it's some kind of astral journeying, a doorway there. Or maybe it's literally in your house. There's some unique doorway. If that detail is meant for you, I think you know what I mean. That's a random one for sure. But the next card now, that's not very random. That's the Luster Strength card. Sometimes this card is saying the difficult part for us is to control our appetites. And I think Aries, it's an important card for you, even though this is the Leo energy technically. The controlling of these impulses, right? And I think the reassurance that you really need right now is that you weren't acting rashly, you weren't acting impulsively. You do have yourself under control. You weren't being overly enthusiastic or overzealous or overeager. You weren't setting your sights too high. You weren't trying to be the overachiever. No, you were, if anything, set your sights higher, right? Higher. And I think that's really the challenge for you, is accepting that this is well within the realm of your capabilities, okay? That you have the magic to finish this thing and complete this thing and manifest this, whatever it might be. But sometimes we start to, maybe that's part of the doubt with the Seven of Swords, so we start to think, God, am I shooting too high here? Am I trying to accomplish too much, right? Maybe it's like this kind of pride or ego and I feel like I can reach the stars. No, you can. And you are, and you will. So that's the obstacle I think that we have to get over. I think that's part of the doubt. We start to question whether or not we aimed too high, right? We aimed too high. Interesting, the similarity between the Star and the Luster Strength card. I'll just let you look at that for a second, right? The Star card is kind of saying, oh, look, your star is up there and you are receiving the blessings. This card's saying, look, your star is up there and you are reaching up and you are grabbing it. You know, so this is kind of like, I don't know, if you almost wonder if you kind of pushed in a little too much with the universe, right? If you imposed a little bit on the universe, you know, like, where are my manners? You know, reaching up and taking something when you should just kind of wait for it to come to you. No, I feel like this is really good, and it's balanced with that Star card. I think this is the perfect magic for you. And of course, the Four of Wands here, that's really going to be a quick one. You do it. You complete it. It's done. The only problem with the Four of Wands is that we're not going to want things to change. Things are going to be so good with the Four of Wands, this completed, stable energy. Things are going to be so good that we're not going to want to move on. We're not going to want to keep going. We're not going to want this to change. But it's a wheel, right? And it's a four. The fours always say things are good and stable and secure now, but things are changing. Things are going to change. And so it's kind of like this process starts over again. And like I said, every moment is that dark doorway, and you need to just survive, right, to the next moment. And I think this is a very good problem to have. When life gets so good, you don't want it to change, right? It's like, I hope this day will never end. But you keep going because you have set your sights very, very high. You've got a lot more to accomplish. You really do. I feel like this is the best reading ever. Let's do the mystery card before this video gets too long. I've already taken a half an hour of your time here. I appreciate your time. I know how valuable it is. I don't know what this card is going to be. I have no expectations. I'm just going to say 9 or a 10 of Pentacles. If you have a prediction, put it down in the comments. Here we go. 4, yeah, see a 4. But guess what? Fire to earth, right? This really takes us back to what we started talking about at the beginning. Fire to earth. You've manifested this. It is a complete manifestation. You know, it's like that. It's like the law of attraction stuff. You've done it. You've manifested it. Here it is. This isn't the end of the game. Don't cling to it. Don't get too attached to it. Remember that everything is change. Don't forget that Death card. This might be something that you enjoy for now, but then you got to let it go as you keep making more and more progress, as you keep expanding and growing and furthering your purpose in life. Okay? Strong confirmation card here. This is really, really powerful energy for you, Aries. We're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, click on the link that's up in the corner, or there's one also down in the video description. New readings for Aries every Monday and Friday, but I'm here every day. Just come on back, see me tomorrow. All right, we'll talk again. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. Leave a comment for me. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. Yeah. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.